each only have 20 units on the field at a time and try to win this. Dude, this is like the third or fourth battle. No, it's 1, 2, 3. This is our fourth battle during the enemy turn. Like it's, it's so many. All right. 5 more minutes. I can't save it, Blue. Technically, I could have saved it before this. I could have. Because we just finished the Nikari short victory, Blue, I was going to do my, like, post-faction analysis thing where I just talk about it, you know, kind of recap. I'm going to share my thoughts. And then that was going to be it. But I keep getting stopped.
Is my desire. I shall dance. Sold.
Should have taken the way Saugers. We'll see. Wait. Where's the crown?
Slash.
The crown's gone.
Glorious.
I've definitely been feeding it.
Faster.
I am confused.
Power. Move. Charge. Attack. Feast. The body moves.
Shouldn't have thrown away the Stone of Cain. The Sword of Cain was not what was killing whole armies around me.
No one faster.
But I'm very confused right now. Is there a maximum amount of time you can hold the crown? Did you lose a battle? No, I won the previous battle. Nikari killed everyone. And we definitely had the crown in that fight. Oh my god, cast the spell. Holy cow. Maybe it upgraded and took away from you until you make the dilemma choice. Oh my god. I could really use it right now. need Nakari to get a kill so that he gets some health back. Are the troops sleeping? No, my troops are all like 1 health. I was trying to do as much as I could with just Nakari. However, getting a kill without the crown with him is a bit challenging.
Moving. Glorious. Attack.
Come on. Okay. I'm gonna have to send some other units with him to help do cleanup so that he gets these heals. Okay, he got another heal.
Souls.
And they still have a lot more troops coming into the battlefield too.
Soul
Exalted demonets of Solaris!
Your desires are mine. Kari. Slash.
Okay, he's gotten... I can see his healing cap now, but he is back up to like half health.
No one faster. Yes. Glorious.
Get back into disrupting the enemy lines. What is this guy? That's an enemy hero. I don't know if those can beat that with their health. Whatever the reason is that I lost this crown was really unfortunate. It is throwing a whole wrench in my battle plan. Can they catch him? I don't think they can. No, he's on horseback. It's gonna take Nakari to catch that guy. The Daemonettes are going down. So the Daemonettes are demons, so if they feel like they're losing, they get discouraged and they disintegrate. Got that guy. Nikari is very low health and he is at his healing cap. Alright, Nikari has killed 1,200 people. I think it's time the other people start pulling their weight. Caught that horseback hero. I really wish I could get this guy off the field. I don't want him to die, but I don't think it's gonna let me get him off the field. Alright, that's broken. No! They lost morale. They lost morale. Dude, why did the crown disappear? Why did the crown disappear? That is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. So, like, I became reliant on that. You know, I was going really, really hard into enemy territory because I had that. If I had not had that crown, I would not have put myself in that deep in enemy territory. But then, like, I got attacked. I won the battle using the crown, then got attacked again during the same enemy turn, and I didn't have the crown. Yeah, we did 107,000 damage. It's like, what the... So there was one person that had a theory that might have made sense, and it's like periodically with the crown, you get a pop-up that will be like, oh, hey, do you want to grow the crown's strength or give it up? And maybe I'm due for one of those pop-ups, and like, so the crown's gone until like the pop-up's resolved at the start of the next turn. Crimson Wolf? This is like back at home. This is like on the water, actually? Oh my god, he's got like tier 4 and stuff. Can I take it? No, it's too big. Alright. I know I'm just gonna hit auto and lose the army. I don't care. I don't care. I need to see the end of the turn. A lot of stuff happened there. Nemesis crown lost. Dude, the crown was freaking gone before the turn. Yeah, alright, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. That was really frustrating. So, like, you know, this is really far in enemy territory. I was surrounded by armies, and I pushed all the way to here with Nikari because he had the crown. Then he got hit, won the battle with the crown, and then he got hit again on the same turn, and the crown was gone. And we still put up a hell of a fight, but lost, and literally the crown would have made it go the other way. So I don't know. What does the crown do? It makes him quite a bit stronger. It also does a constant, like, 60 damage per second around him constantly. So when he's running through those archer lines and he runs over, let's say 10 archers, the crown is hitting another 30 archers. So it makes it extremely easy for him when I'm running around like that to, like, basically melt the enemy forces. It's just a constant AoE field around him. It also has some other effects, like on the map. Like, because you're using a cursed artifact, everyone hates you, but because I'm mind controlling people, I didn't care. However, it's just, I was basically overpowered in a combat sense, and so I put myself in a situation where I was surrounded and didn't care, then suddenly lost the item with no explanation. So if anyone's watching this on YouTube later, I would love to know what happened there. I could reload the game. I'm not going to. I could reload the game. I would love to know what happened there so that I can learn from it, because this is the longest I've ever used the Nemesis Crown, and it just suddenly vanished. Maybe it was because of the pop-up thing, but holy crap, that was the worst timing if that's what it was. However, in any case, we are at the end of our Nakari short victory campaign. Now we could go farther. However, we have seen we've pretty much seen all the units, I think. Let me go to the how do I get the unit browser open? Just a sec. Okay, so this is all the units for Nakari. Not a whole lot. I want to show you something. These are the units for Warriors of Chaos. Okay? That's Slaanesh. There's not a lot to learn. And literally everything in this category plays pretty much the same. These are all run them over and don't get surrounded. These are chariots and cavalry. You know? The monsters are all a bit different. These are all infantry. Now you do have your shield infantry and your DPS infantry. And then, you know, you got your lords and your heroes, stuff like that. So when it comes to variety of units, there's not a lot here to learn. So I was able to kind of pick it up pretty quick. Chat says Slaanesh has never had a DLC. Keep that in mind. That's probably why. How did I feel about it? Okay, biggest drawback is absolutely they don't have a hero that gives the replenishment buff to their army. So they struggle to recover health once lost. It helps a little when you get all the way over to this. This is like a crappy replenishment hero, and it takes a long time to get there. So that is a issue. But yeah, the units are very simple. You've got your frontline units, you got your flankers. Now the flankers can be daemonettes, the flankers can be cavalry, the flankers can be chariots, but you basically got your frontline and you got your flankers. There's a few other monster things like the little Chaos Furies, the bat type units if you choose to use those, and a few other weird stuff. The shrines are pretty cool. So I missed having a replenishment hero. Nakari is a very strong lord. We saw him in action. Even when I didn't have the crown, I was able to kill over 1,000 units before he went down. He is a very strong lord if you micromanage him well. There's some of the units I really liked, like the ones that I called the Wiggly Boys. They were quite enjoyable. The vassal system is hands down my favorite part of this faction. Warriors of Chaos has it too. These guys do it differently. Basically, when you beat up a humanoid that you could seduce, you can make them serve you. And I have so many friends. Like, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like on the island, and then there's at least like 9, 10 over here that I got over here. And they're not great, but they try to play the game too. Like, look, if you're right, the blue line is what they're about to do. So right here, some of the high elves are going over here to attack the dark elves. Over here, they took this and this. I didn't order them to do that. And then we took some of the wood elves as well. So the whole, like, forcibly making friends thing, very fun. I very much enjoyed that. So that was pretty cool. Summon Disciple Army, in some situations, feels like a cheat code. Like, the fact that I'm like, oh, wow, this guy is going to get hit. And I just made another army. And granted, it's low level, but that's still very powerful. That is just crapping out another army on demand, as long as you're in an area with corruption, is extremely powerful. So that's pretty cool too. Lords and heroes for this faction. It's a weird talk. So the lords, like, okay, this lord is basically the same as this hero. Their abilities and stuff is all the same, except this is a lord. Okay? This lord is the same as this hero. Okay? So the only difference is after the demon lords evolve into their, like, bigger form, and the chaos sorcerers evolve into their demon form if they get replaced by a demon prince, and the cultist hero. The cultist hero is separate from the others. So I feel like that was kind of boring, you know? Like, I never recruited a single Aluris, because the Aluris had the same spells the lords had, so there was no friggin' point. So I didn't see a reason to do that. So yeah, that was Nakari was cool. The Lords are okay, but you know that this being just like a diet version of that was kind of that was kind of boring. So I didn't use those much. On the flip side, you know the heroes were so freaking useful when I played some factions, like when I played Isabella. You know, I just made like 10 vampire heroes. I just had an army that was half heroes. For this, it was both a kind of a pain to get more heroes, and also it's like, what's the point? So it kind of felt like that at the same time. This faction has almost no ranged at all. You've got, you know, these guys that throw spears, and I think the soul grinders. I think that's it. But that was okay. You know, I had played the vampires, vampire counts, and also the Dryco with the wood elves, and both of those are melee centric, so I didn't really struggle with that. It was just about like getting flanks and stuff like that, and I was okay with that. Soul grinders full melee.
Reign supreme.
He is. He is. What? Okay. Sorry. Give me just a second here. There's another. Am I thinking? Okay, for Zinch, the Soul Grinder is ranged. I didn't realize it was different. Today I learned. Okay, for Zinch, the Zinch also has the Soul Grinder. Same looking unit, same name, but that one's ranged. Okay, so the Soul Grinder for Slanesh is melee. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah. All right. So I guess they just have the guys that throw spears and then the stuff that you seduce. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it wasn't a big deal. There was a few cool things, like the shrine for the cultists. Like the shrine did nothing at first, but then as he saw units die around him, it started doing a ramp up damage field, kind of like a weak version of the Nemesis crown. That was pretty cool. You know, it was like you had to be careful to keep them alive. It was easier once the Chaos Sorcerers got the shrine, because the Chaos Sorcerer, the Nogdog character, had the ability to get a thing where it's like every time he casts a spell, he heals a bit. So as long as I kept casting, he could stay on the front line, and that shrine could keep, like, you know, building up strength until it was like a snowball. So that was pretty cool. But the seduction thing was like really expensive, so I couldn't really use it much in the early game. But in the late game, like almost every single battle, I could grab a few units from the enemy, and that was kind of neat. Like, for example, this guy keeps sacking these cities, and I kept forgetting about it. I could have taken, like, he's just 5 units. I could have taken some of them each time he sacked a city and reduced it, you know, made it so he couldn't have done that. But I forgot about it at that time. Let me see. Control. It's rare I have as much issues with control as I did with this faction. Because there's basically 3 ways to deal with it that I have found. There's a building that will give you some control. If it's a capital, you have 2, let me just cancel, no, stop. Let me just cancel this. Yeah, so if you're at a capital city, you can have this type of capital or this type of capital. You have a choice. This one has a little bit of control on it. So I always picked that one because I was struggling with it. And then if the corruption in an area gets to maximum, that's 10 control. And then there's a thing here, it's like a buff, that gives 20 control to a city. However, if I use that, it's on cooldown for every city. Every single city. So I can't use that, like, somewhere else. Like, I cannot use that plus 20 things anywhere else until 10 turns have passed. So it can only be used on one city at a time with a 10-turn cooldown map-wide. So that was of very limited use because of that thing. It's like the Dark Elves have buttons over here, but theirs are per city. So as long as you can pay the fee, you can do it in multiple cities in one turn. This one was no. You could not do that. So I struggled with control. I found in any province that I wasn't allowed to get corruption up, I just sold the cities. So, like, for example, this guy, I had him as a vassal, and his city was purging so much corruption that even though I had the other 2 cities in the province, I couldn't get the corruption to go above 0, and I was losing both of them to rebellion, so I just sold him the one city and gave him the other one, because I could not maintain control of them. So, and again, I'm playing on legendary difficulty where control is much higher to maintain, but it was very much an issue. So yeah, the control thing was a minus. The uniqueness of the lords and heroes versus each other's was a minus. No replenishment hero was a minus. The Nakari, the main lord, was quite fun. The demonettes were kind of fun. Having a speedy little armor-piercing unit was having fun, you know, running them around the field. The seduce mechanic was fun once you could afford it. The vassalization was probably the most fun thing for sure. Kala said, hey, I was looking for a bit. I just quickly checked the VOD for this stream, and you only had one battle left to upgrade the crown when you ended the previous turn, so I'd say it's very probable that the dilemma took it away from you. Dude, that sucks if that's the case. So it was like waiting on the end of the turn to give me a pop-up asking me what I wanted to do with the crown, and then I got hit again, and suddenly I didn't have it. That really sucks. I would say that's probably a rare situation to occur, so I could totally see not seeing that situation. But it really kicked me in the butt, so I would hazard to argue that they should change that if they ever get around to it. Because again, I put myself in this very 1v3 situation because I had that power up. If I hadn't had that power up, I wouldn't have been there. And then suddenly in the middle of an enemy turn, it was taken away from me, and then it would just, everything hit the floor. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, now I've learned a very unique lesson that if I have the crown, I need to count how many battles are remaining if I'm going into enemy territory. If I think they're going to hit me one by one, that could be an issue. All right. Overall, I had fun. Definitely a struggle at the beginning, but not too bad after you get a few vassals, and you kind of have... I feel like I need to manual almost every battle. I don't hate that. I like battles. But just kind of speaking out loud, if you like to auto-battle most of your battles, you probably wouldn't like Slaanesh. But yeah, it's pretty cool making lots of friends, so to speak. And I will say that that is the end of our training run for Slaanesh. We got our short victory. Learned a lot, even found out about a kind of a glitch that I had never seen before, and got to experience both the Sword of Cain and the Nemesis Crown, which I have never done either one of. Yeah, we will start a new one next time.